Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and build update number 3 of our AMT Ford 1934 pickup truck. It's a 3-in-1 kit and we're gonna do a bunch with it. All right, I got a bunch done and then I time to bring you back and go over everything. So let me get the guys out the way here because they've been busy. Move everything out and we'll start with the bed. We use those to hold it up off the ground. Zach, you gotta go. All right, well, just like on our video at Grandpa Mark's Hobbies, I followed the what he did and ended up getting a pretty decent oak color off this bed. I'm still going to run bare metal foil on the dividers here, make that look good. I did the top and the bottom. I will dirty up the bottom here pretty good. The top, we will have some oil stains and stuff like that in here because it is a tow truck. But that how-to video on Grandpa Mark's Hobbies is like the way to go. It works out great. So if you want to do wood grain, check that out. It made it a lot easier for me. What I like about it is when you're done, it has variations in colors on it. It's not just boom and there it is. But there we go with that. And all I used for it was, and this is crazy, I used XF60, which is dark yellow, and you'd never know. I mean, you can't really tell. I used Tamiya's panel liner to bring in some life and get some black in there into the nooks and crannies. And then lastly, I used Tamiya's clear orange as an overcoat. And between all that, I think it looks really good. It kind of looks like a marine varnish was put on there. So I'm holding it up on an angle to keep that glare from the ceiling. But I'm happy with that, which is good. Good. The next thing, we got our rims going. Check those out. That is Tamiya's gunmetal on there, the little chrome top, and I'm using the white walls. I like the black walls on it, but I'm thinking, you know what, this is a Texaco. It's a station truck and not just an over-the-road kind of guy that's just trying to make a buck, so he's going to put on the white walls on here. Take a little bit of a loss in the shop, but I think in the long run it'll pay off. Got to look a little bit fancy, right? The next thing we did, and I got some stuff going on with it, so I'm going to bring a few things over here, is the engine. Now with the engine, you saw the heads and everything on there. I went with the dark green engine. I took the, I don't know what that is, coil pack I guess it is, and painted the outside the dark gray or gold gray. I don't know why it came out shiny because it's supposed to be a flat. And then the two sides I painted with a semi-gloss black. And I think what I'm going to end up doing before I put everything together is I'm going to go with a rubber black on that too. So let me see if I can get that in there for you. But then we highlighted all the bolts on the top. I cut the spark plug wires off. I used my dental pick, heated it up, put a little dot in each one, and then I drilled in for the spark plug wires on both sides. I rough painted my starter. I will put the cap on the back of it and do that. I have not panel lined the transmission yet because I've been holding it like this. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to run those spark plug wires through the the little conduit where they have on here, and then have the spark plug wires branch off of the conduit. So what I did is I took a little piece of round styrene, bent it, and drilled some holes in it. This will be for this side. I got a hole in the back and 3 on the side. And this is going to fit right in here like this. Go right down onto the coil pack and come out, and then those wires will run from there to there. And that's it. So I drilled the holes here. I drilled the holes in there. This one will come out the back and in. Next time you see this, it'll be all wired up. But pretty simple way to do it. It's a little out of scale. I know that, but it's the smallest round of anything I had, other than trying to use my other roll of solder. And I did think of that, but my other roll of solder is under scale, and I wanted this to look right, so I'm going to stay with these. I think when they're on there with the carburetor on there and everything, will be good. But what I have to make sure of, and I just thought about this about 5 minutes ago, is that this will fit in here with those on there. And I think it will, but we'll have to see. And we'll see right now. Yeah, that'll just barely fit around that. See there? So the pulleys are good. The hoses will fit. So that'll line up. That'll work good. I think we'll be all right with that, huh? Very good. I'm happy. All right. This is going to be a short video. It was either do 2 videos or one, I'm sorry, 2 kind of shorter videos, or one super long video where you miss a bunch of the things I'm doing. Here's that second pipe. That'll glue in there real nice. I'm going to put that out of the way. The other thing I'm really stoked about here is my firewall. Look at there. I've always used flat aluminum on the little metal covers on the firewalls, but today I decided to use the Tamiya's titanium silver X32. I brought it over because I couldn't remember the number. But I like it. It's not the silvery flat aluminum, and it's not the shiny chrome. It's in between. It's the perfect color for it. So I painted these 2 pieces these 2 straps that hold everything down, I painted just with a silver pen. And then the wires, I'm hoping that you can see the wires in there. And what I did with the wires is I took a mechanical pencil and just ran it across all the wires. And then I came back with a blue and a red Sharpie, and I went over the top of that just to give it a little bit of, I don't know, I was just trying something and it worked. So those are the wires. The linkage from the gas pedal, I'm pretty sure that's what that's for. Holding it this way where I'd be sitting and looking at it. That's from the gas pedal over and up. I will tie that linkage here into the carburetor, so when he pulls the trigger, it'll look like it's going to tilt over, so that carburetor wire will go right up to the top of the linkage there. I think this is the coil. I have to look online because I don't know, and I'm not sure how that distributor pack works on the front of these. It's been so stinking long since I've looked at one of those that I have to look them up. I can't remember. But I still wanted to put the little metal strap over it, even if it is a coil, just because I'm trying to highlight the firewall so it's not just a big blob of black. So I'm happy there. That came out very good, I think. The 2 ringlets here, I may come in with a silver pen and circle those just so it looks like flanges for the supports. This goes in here like this, and that'll be the supports for the radiator. So I think I'm going to ring those with a silver pen and make them look like flanges. Easy thing to do, and it'll kind of give a little bit more life to it. And that's all I'm trying to do is juice this up a little bit, make it look better than it was. Let's bring in the fenders here. I showed you that I painted the flanges for the headlights to go down. I went right behind the headlights here and I drilled the hole for my LEDs. I was told that they went into the radiator shroud, but I'm not going to even try to run them into that and then feed them down and back this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run them from the little hole here, which here, we'll do it right here because I can see this one with my visor. I'll go from the little hole right here, and I'll just tuck it down this line right here, and I'll follow the frame back and then run it up right here on either side. It'll disappear. This frame it'll disappear on here. I think it'll look really good. This frame is kind of popping right now. I went over the frame and I highlighted all the bolts just to give it a little bit of, like I said, a little bit of life. But I think I can run the wires right along this gap and tuck them in on both sides. There's enough gap in there to where I think they'll fit and work out good. That'll be the best hide job that I'll have. And then once I get the body and the bed on, I'll run my brake lines and stuff like that, and then bring in the rear end and get that all put together. So that's working out really well. And I need some tools. So I painted up the channel locks and the screwdriver. I was trying to go for like a Craftsman screwdriver. I painted yellow, and then I painted over that with clear red. And then the channel locks, you know how the blue with the silver. I just wanted to make them look a little bit other than just all metal. And I think those are pretty fun. The wrenches, I did paint them all the flat aluminum, so they worked out very good. And we'll see those at the end when I do the build. Now the body, let me grab my pointer again. I wanted to add a little bit of life to this because it was just boom with the red. So I painted my hinges flat aluminum. I painted the door latch flange flat aluminum. And I noticed something. This door latch on the driver's side just has the body trim coming up and across here, and then the latch. But if you flip it over on the other side, it has a key on the passenger side. So that's kind of neat. Just something that I just noticed. Again, the door hinges, and just like I said, just to give it a little bit of something else when it's on the body, or when the body is on the fenders. I think it'll look good. Then we did that, so I had to come up and detail out my handle and latches. I gave those a quick paint. This is just rubber black with a little silver on either side, or flat aluminum. The handles are just straight flat aluminum, both sides. I think they came out pretty good. Not too bad at all. They show the piece. The decals came on. They dried or laid in there pretty good. I'm not happy with what I did here, and I wish I could have peeled these decals back off. I should have done this where the decals go. I should have done this whole thing with chrome silver and then put the decal on over top of that to give it that look like it's got the chrome ring around it. So what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to come back right at the end, and I will try to paint around this with a silver pen and give that to where it looks like the like a logo or the marker on there. So I still have to come in on this side and do my panel liner, then wipe that off like I did on this side. You can see this looks a little bit weathered. This side doesn't. And what my plans are for this kit, because it's going to be at the Texaco station, is when it's a working truck, it's going to have the shroud on and everything. And then when it's going out in party truck, we'll just take this completely off, so everybody will be able to see that flathead V8. And just, again, a little bit of play here. I'll have those supports on the top. That'll all look good. And it'll give me a couple of different opportunities for photographs with the Texaco station. You know, I'll have like my Friday night parties. We'll bring a bunch of models in there and have them all hanging out. And then during the week when he's working and the guys are all in the shop working, I'll have it with this top on it. So more opportunities to take pictures. The other thing, I started working on the tow truck assembly itself. I painted this originally with the semi-gloss black. I painted the pulley itself with the titanium silver. I had it out. I was really digging it. It looks good with the black. And then I kind of threw a little bit of grease on the front, on the top and bottom using the titanium silver. I think that came out pretty good. It gives it a little bit of weathered look. Do some stuff on the sides. But the other thing I did is, you see, I drilled a hole in both sides right here. And we talked about it. I drilled the holes in the bottom for the lights. They're going to sit on here like this. And they lay in there pretty nice on a good angle so that they're straight back when this is in place. But what I'll do is I'll run the wires up the inside. I'll jump through the holes and up in the back of the light, or the bottom side of the light. And then on the light itself, once I get the wires all glued in, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the wires in here, and then I'll fish them through this underside here. But I will put a little bit of Mod Podge on this hole, and then I'll paint that Mod Podge with rubber black on both of them. And that'll look like that rubber boot that goes on the bottom of the lights, and it'll keep the LED light from coming out this side. So we're good with that. I put this in just to kind of eyeball it and see how it looks, and I'm happy with this. Here, let me try to even make it to where the light will stay on here for us. And set that in there. The light's not going to cooperate, but you get the gist of it. That's going to look good on there. And I have some anchor chain that, focus, that I'm going to use for this. I will paint this black or silver, one of the two. But I have a good amount left over from when I did my ship models. And this will fit down inside there. Maybe? I didn't even try it. It's going to be tight. Yeah, that'll fit in there. And then it'll run down, and I'll wrap it around the winch down at the bottom. But I think I'll run it down, and that hook, what I'll do is at the bottom of the bumper down here is I will make a ring that comes out to hang the hook on. So when you're done, you hang the hook on that, and you bring up some tension, and it'll keep it from slapping around the back of the tailgate. But yeah, we got chain for it, because I didn't want to really use rope or string or anything like that, or my ever so popular solder. And what I can do with this is I can cut one of these bottoms and open it up, or I can make a ring to fit the hook. And the hook, what I did is before I painted it, I rounded all the edges over, I thinned out the front of it, cleaned everything up so it's not real sharp. The edges aren't real sharp. We'll rust it up a little bit and beat it up before we hook everything up. But I think that's going to look really good. I think the chain will be the right scale for that. You know, that looks pretty good to me. So we'll go with that. This works real good. This is Hobby Lobby chain. Jewelry Essentials, or Jeweler Essentials. It's 1.829 millimeters. So I bought this for 1/350th anchor chain, and I've used it for a lot of stuff since then. But there we go with that. The boom lights. Let's jump into the interior here a little bit. I'm going to put these boom lights back in the box so I don't lose them. Move this out of the way. And I'm going to show you something here that I'm really happy with. I'm happy with this whole kit. Everything's going really well. But check out my dashboard. That is nice. Those aren't decals. I used what it had, and it worked out good. I hope that's in focus. It had really pronounced little nubs on it, so I painted the whole thing semi-gloss black, and then the nubs, I came back over them with my new white pencil. I got this from Hobby Lobby. I love this thing. I've been wanting one of these for quite a while, and I haven't been able to find one. Every time I went there, they were out. So if you want to do some white highlighting for your dashboards, this is really nice. It worked out great for me. But I highlighted everything, and then I took a toothpick and sharpened it up, dipped it in my red paint, and I put on the needles. And it came out good. And it's really visible on there. And then to finish all that off, I took my little jar of quick shine and a big old glob of it, and I put a drop on each one. And I can still see these are convex or concaved. So I'm going to put another drop on these tomorrow after they dry. I want to have them either flat or just a little domed, so you can see them better. Right now with the concave, they're just kind of hiding out in there. But they're starting to look like gauges. And that was a really neat, easy way to do it, because if I had to put the decal on, I would have had to cut these two dials off or try to poke a hole in the decals, and I'm not even going to try that crap. So this worked real good. Now, if I did want to use those gauges, if I had room and I had time and everything, because I was thinking of putting a piece of plexiglass back there, putting the decal across the top, and then putting fiber optic lights behind this to light up the decals. But my fingers just aren't going to work for that right now. So I had to just take my losses. And now, I know we're only about 15 minutes into this, but I'm going to finish it up with something I think is pretty cool. The Best Tow Truck in the County Award. I painted all those gold the other day and the silver. I took the tow truck, and this thing was pretty rough. And I did a bunch of sanding on it and everything. It was just a flatbed pickup truck. It was like a pickup truck award. And then I made my little tow truck boom on the back out of just some styrene that I had. And now we got something to show in the Texaco station, is this guy was the best tow truck driver in the county. So that was fun. I just painted over the chrome. I didn't even dip the chrome. What was left on there from the sanding, I just painted right over it. And that's just the Tamiya's X12 gold leaf. It's the same that I used on the little checkerboard too. So I think that's cool. I was having fun. But with that, I will let you go. I'm Mark. This is Grandpa Mark's Hobbies. Jake and all the guys say thanks for watching. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. I'll see you soon.